What's good? It's Light 360, and today we're going to be doing an astrological observation of the sky. We got the sun in Capricorn and the moon in Aquarius, and the theme for this is associating your status. With the moon being Aquarius, we're going to be reacting and responding to fixated on our own way of thinking and communicating. And the way it's going to be visualized, the way it's going to be seen, and the way it's going to be expressed, it's going to be filtered through Capricorn, cardinal Earth, creating and initiating a new way to think and be practical. So when we're talking about these two energies, we're going to be looking at Saturn, the daytime and the nighttime. So we're going to be dealing with the daytime of Saturn, which is Aquarius, and we're going to be dealing with the nighttime of Saturn, which is Capricorn. So with this energy going on the planet out in the sky, this is a fatal attraction. So we're going to be seeing the other side of the energy. So it's up to us if we choose to participate with this energy, because when we're talking about fatal attraction signs, when we're talking about the fatal attraction energy, is usually like if we choose to participate with this energy, like if we choose to because we're gonna have access to the other energy, we're gonna have access to that energy, we're gonna have access to the Aquarius energy, and we're gonna have access to the Capricorn energy. And I'm gonna break down how we can utilize these energies so we can manifest, and so it can help us go about our day-to-day routines and patterns. So when we got access to both of these energies, fatal attractions really doesn't cause any frictions. Fatal attractions really doesn't cause any negative moment. But if you're in a fatal attraction relationship, it's up to the spirits, and it's up to the spirits that's utilizing these chakras. It's up to the spirits that's utilizing these planets, and it's up to the spirit. So like if you run into somebody that's a fatal attraction sign to you, this can be like y'all got to have a connection going on. It got to be kind of like a spiritual connection going on to keep y'all two in their relationship. If that relationship is not built off of that connection, and it's just built off of some mundane, some third dimensional, something like that, then that relationship is not gonna last long as you think it is. But if it's a spiritual connection that's holding that relationship apart, and y'all two feel like y'all in a spiritual ship together, then that relationship can last forever. That's how the fatal attraction can kind of play out. But if you got like a friend or a family member, and y'all like a fatal attraction, and it's all about the energy work. You got to put that energy work in when you're talking about this fatal attraction sign. So you got to have that energy work. You got to be able to put that energy work in with whatever person, place, or thing that you're in a fatal attraction relationship with. But when we're talking about Aquarius and Capricorn, we're going to be, when we're looking at Aquarius, the energy signature of Aquarius and the intellectual property that rules Aquarius is fixated on our own way of thinking and communicating. And it's co-ruled by Uranus. So this is going to add uniqueness. This is going to add individuality. This is going to add originality to it. So when we're looking at Aquarius energy, Aquarius like to think and communicate in their own individual and unique way. They have their own individual and unique way of communicating and associating themselves with others. And when we're looking at Saturn is the planet of how we see and gain structure and reality, and how we also place boundaries and restrictions. So this is going to be the energy signature of Saturn floating around in the sky, because we got the both nighttime and daytime of Saturn. And when we're also looking at Aquarius, when we're looking at the Aquarius energy signature and intellectual property, it deals with the unknown, the unfamiliar, and what can be discovered, what's new discoveries, like new discoveries, unknown, unfamiliarity. They also got this humanitarian energy. So this what makes a lot of Aquarius humanitarian. This what makes a lot of Aquarius is public speakers, because they can get their own individual ideology and present it to others that others can gravitate and resonate with. For example, J. Cole, he's an Aquarius. If you listen to his music, he has like his own unique way of rapping. He has his own unique way of presenting his message. And it's like it can gravitate to others. He can relate it to others, but he got his own unique way of relaying his message. Like no role models. If you listen to J. Cole, you know what I'm saying. He's an Aquarius, so he's like a perfect example. And we also got Eminem. He's an Aquarius too. He got his own unique way of rapping. He got his own unique way of his own unique sound, his own unique verses, his own unique rhythm, his own unique flow. And it can also be this also, since it's co-ruled by Uranus, this also can make Aquarius rebellious in a way. This can also make you Aquarius change. They like to change. They can change them. They can change something. They got this part. They got this power to change. They got this power to rebel. They got this power to be an individual while doing that. Like it's Tentacion. I don't know if you're familiar with it's Tentacion, but it's a song by him called Riot, and that's like that really like displays out this Aquarius, the Aquarius energy that he has. That really displays out this that Aquarius archetype, that Aquariusness that he got in him, like that change, that rebel, that opposing against something, that energy. But since it's co-ruled by Uranus, that's how the energy plays out with them. So we're gonna be associating our status during the spirit time. We're going to be associating our structures. We're going to be associating how we see it and gain reality. We're going to be associating our discipline. We're going to be associating our restrictions. We're going to be associating these type of things. We're going to be associating what makes sense. We're going to be associating how we want to be seen and what we want to be known for. We're going to be associating how we organize, how we structure our lives. We're going to be associating our business. So this is the energy that we're going to be reacting to. This is the energy. Well, this is going to be the energy that the fatal attraction with the sun and the moon that we're going to be playing out with these 2.5 days, and getting into the alignments. We're going to be like, I think it's going to be today or tomorrow, because we're going to be conjuncting Saturn. So with the moon conjuncting Saturn, we're going to be reacting and responding to our responsibilities. We're going to be reacting and responding more realistically. We're going to be reacting and responding to reality. We're going to be reacting and responding to how we see and gain structure in our lives. So with this energy playing out, what we're going to have to view and what Saturn wants us to do, Saturn wants us to separate from the things that's not helping us. So we're going to be put in a circumstance, a situation to look at what's helping us and what's harming us. And Saturn wants us to separate from the things that's not helping us, and the things that's harming us, Saturn wants us to separate from those things. And these things are going to be filtered through our associations, the people, places, things we associate ourselves with, how we conduct ourselves in the public arena, and public games also, because that's some Aquarius energy also. So that's what we're going to be forced to view. That's what we're going to be forced to look at. What helps us and what harms us. What can help us get from point A to point B, and what's just holding us back. What's making us in this docile state. What's putting us in this docile state. What's holding us back. What can help us. What can harm us. So this is the energy that Saturn is going to be playing out with the moon, because we're going to be emotionally connected to these things. Because when we're talking about the moon, this is our heart space, our macabre, the things that we are connected to, the body of water that we in from the eastern continents to the Atlantic. The reflection to this body of water that we call Earth, TMI, or terraformer. That's another video though. And we also gonna have we got the moon square. The moon is getting squared off with some. We're getting hit with some squares too. We're getting hit with some learning processes. So we're gonna be put in circumstances, situations where we're gonna have to like sit back, be more analytical, analyze more before we start expressing how we truly feel about things. So we're gonna be getting hit with some squares also, and we're gonna be getting hit with the moon squaring Uranus. And so the depositor of Aquarius, which is Uranus, is in Taurus. And Uranus doesn't like to be in Taurus. Uranus feels uncomfortable in Taurus. So this is going to be kind of like some uncomfortable energies that we're going to have to learn how to gain emotional comfortability with. But with this energy, with Uranus and the moon, we're going to have to learn how to conduct our stability. We're going to have to learn how to conduct what we're trying to foundate. We're going to have to learn the things that we're going to have to learn how to conduct what makes sense. We're going to have to learn how to conduct our associations. So we're going to have to learn how to get our associations and our stability and apply these two energies together. So what I'm trying to say about this, back to what I was saying earlier with what Saturn wants us to see. Saturn wants us to see what's helping us or what's harming us via our associations. So we're going to be doing that with our associations and how we express our unique and individuality, and change or rebel against an old and outdated structure system that we was clinging on to that's no longer working for us. So we're gonna have to change or rebel against an old and outdated structure system that was no longer working for us, and come up and create a new and unique individual way of obtaining our security, our stability, our safety, our shelter and support. So we're gonna have to come up with a whole new and unique way of attaining that. Why man creeping up? What? Ice JJ fish looking at. No way, Ice JJ. Alright, back to the topic. Golly, you threw me off my point. But yeah, we're gonna have to learn how to conduct these things with our associations. We're gonna have to learn how to communicate these things more sufficiently. We're gonna have to learn how to see these things. We're gonna have to learn how to see the reality of what we are trying to build. We're gonna have to learn how to see the reality of what we're trying to create to become new and unique and original, that supports our security, stability, safety, and shelter. We're gonna have to learn how to associate these things. We're gonna have to learn how to come up with an idea, our unique and own original idea of how we can attain this energy, this fixated earth energy, fixated on our own way and being practical. And we also got the moon squaring off with the north node. And with the moon squaring off with the north node, we're going to have to learn how to connect, learn how to gain compatibility with our spiritual path. And what our spiritual path is going to be filtered through, fixated earth, fixated on our own way of thinking and being practical. So this is kind of like negligent a little bit. I'm finna get into it. Why? Because when we're talking about our spiritual path and our spirituality, what we're gonna see and how we're gonna be viewing our spirituality is gonna be through the filtering system in the lens of Earth. What's practical, what's stable, what's secure, what we got, what can we maintain, what can we manifest in material. That's not really how spirituality is supposed to work. Spirituality kind of gets spooky. Spirituality is all about going internal. Spirituality is all about the vibe. Spirituality is all about what's unknown, what can be seen. So with the North Node being in Taurus, we're gonna be trying to see spirituality through what we accumulated, through the things that we manifested, through the things that's material, through the things that's materialistic, the things that's maternal. We're going to be seeing spirituality through those things, and that's kind of like not how spirituality is, but that's what we're going to be comfortable with. That's what we're going to have to learn how to gain comfortability with during this period of time with the moon being in Aquarius, because we got our own spiritual paths that we got to learn, because we all got our own north node and we all got our own south node, north node and south node energy that we got to correlate in this lifetime, so we can be on the right track spiritually, and so we can gain an equilibrium within ourselves. But yeah, and we also got the we got moon trining Mars, and with moon trining Mars, this creates a gift. This creates a gift for us to feel comfortable and connect to our passions, our motivations, and our desires, and our willpower and our intent. But with this going out, we still got Mars in retro, so this is going to be filtered through the lens and of a retrograde, past people, places, and things that we try to apply our passions with, that we are thinking and communicating with, that we are conveying ideas with in these current times. So this is going to be like, we're going to be trying to connect to our passions, but it's going to be filtered through Gemini, mutable air, mutable in our own way of thinking and communicating. And it's going to be the past people, places, and things that we're trying to convey these new, unique, and original ideas that we're trying to connect to, so we can build up that comfortability and that vulnerability to express these things with them, so we can be able to express our passions, to be able to express our ideas, be able to express our surroundings, be able to express these things with them. Because when we're talking about retrograde is always going to bring back a previous circumstance or situation that we're going to have to learn how to get with. We're going to have to learn how to get with that energy when it brings back a previous circumstance or situation, that we're going to have to learn how to get with that energy. So with this, we're going to have to learn how to communicate sufficiently. We're going to learn how to communicate sufficiently with the things that deals with our passions, our motivations, our desires, our willpower, our intent, and the things that we are passionately invested into. And also anger and aggression, because when we look at Mars, it's also the planet of anger and aggression when you hop in the negative side of Mars. But we're going to be connecting to these things. We got this gift to connect to these things. We got the gift to be emotionally charged up. It's going to charge us up a little bit and make us want to go for our passion. We're going to feel comfortable with the things that we are passionately invested into during this period of time. And we also got we got Jupiter in Aries. So we got Jupiter in Aries, but it's on the cusp between Aries and Pisces. So we're going to be in this kind of flux when it comes to our experiences. We're going to be lost between our dreams, our illusions, our creativity, and our imaginations, and our passions, our motivations, our desires, and the things that we're trying to birth to become new to support our individuality. So we're going to be kind of lost between this energy. So we're going to be kind of okay, do we want to go for our dreams? Do we want to go for our illusions? Do we want to go for our creativity? Or do we just want to go for our passions, our motivations, the things that wake us up, the things that give us that the things that wake us up, the things that give us that motivation, the things that give us that internal internal spark. Because when we're talking about Aries, it's all about that spark that wakes you up in the morning. When we're talking about Aries, when we're talking about Mars, it's all about that spark. It's all about that what wakes you up in the morning, what you're ready to get to, that intent. Because if you ain't got no intent behind that, you're just gonna be a docile spirit. You're just gonna be a docile person if you ain't really got no intent behind the things that you're trying to accomplish in your goals and your dreams. So this can be some good energy. Like this can be like if you get these two energies, and like if you like really get into them and you like getting like into like an equilibrium with them, these can be some good energies, because the things that you're passionately motivated towards is going to be your dreams, your illusions, and your creativity. The things that you're trying to like, that sets you off and makes you want to like go for it, is going to be your dreams, your illusions, and your creativity, and your imaginations and fantasies. So this can be some good energies, but it can also lead us into like some la la land energy. It can also lead us into like something that's not realistic, that's something that we're just trying to attain, that's just something that it's just a vision or an image in our imagination at the moment. So be careful with this energy. But if you use this energy in the right way, this can be something that you can manifest, that really supports your dreams, your illusions, your creativity, that really gives you that you can like really go for these things, that really gives you that internal sense that you can really achieve these things. So yeah, use this energy in the right perspective, use it God's way, and then you will reap the benefits and the fruits and labors later on down the line when Mars fully goes into Aries. Not Mars, but Jupiter fully goes into Aries. And we still got this stellium going on in the sky. We got the stellium. Wait, before we get in on this stellium, we're going to break down Chiron, because we got the moon sextile Chiron. So this is going to be an opportunity to see our mistakes and try not to make them via our creative passions and the things that we are passionately invested to, and the things that we're trying to birth new. So we got this opportunity to see these things from a mile away. So the things that we're going to be making a mistake in is going to be on it's going to be filtered through the lens of Aries and the filtering system of Aries, cardinal fire, create and initiate a new way to see and feel. So when we try to go to an over extreme and to like see these things and to manifest these things and to go about these things, like our passions, our motivations, and our desires, that's gonna tap us into Chiron, that's gonna tap us into making mistakes. And then we're gonna have to view these things, and we're gonna have to see these things. It's gonna cause like a whole learning process, because right now we got the sun squaring off with Chiron right now, but that's in the video. I think I already broke down the sun squaring off with Chiron. But we're gonna but with the sun squaring off with Chiron, we're gonna have to like learn how not to be so invested into our mistakes. We're gonna have to learn how to be like more disciplined, more practical, more structured during this period of time, but still having that equilibrium, so we can have like that blueprint built up. So when it's time for us to go for our passions, we got the right supporting system, we got the right people, places, and things in the right position, and we're in the right position so that we can fully go for these things. But with the sun squaring up, not sun, but with the moon sextile in Chiron, we're going to be it's going to create an opportunity for us to see our mistakes from a mile away via our creative passions, the things that we are passionately invested to, and the things that we're trying to birth to become new and unique and original, or new, unique, and individual, Aries. But with this stellium playing out in the sky, we got the sun, Mercury, Venus, and Pluto. So with the sun, Mercury, Venus, and Pluto in Capricorn, this is the things that we're going to have to take power and control over. This is the things that we're going to have to transform, and the sun is making us view these things. So whatever area house you got this stellium playing out there, and this is the area house that you're going to be viewing. This is the area house that the sun is going to light up. This is the area house that you're going to have to transform and take power and control over. And when we're talking about the sun, that's going to be our actions and our viewpoints. So we're going to have to learn how to transform and take power and control over our actions and our viewpoints. So with this, we're going to have to learn how to do it through the filtering system of Capricorn, via our status, our career, our position, our business, the things that we're trying to organize, and the things that we're trying to structure in our lives. So we're going to have to learn how to take action and transform and take power and control over these things, and be more disciplined in this area, and be more committed to yourself and whatever you're trying to build in this area. Be more disciplined and be more committed throughout this cycle with the sun transiting through Capricorn, going the beginning of the winter solstice. So we're gonna have to be more disciplined in this area. We're gonna have to set more boundaries, have to set more restrictions on our actions and how we view things, and just be more structured, be more practical. And then so we'll have that support system. So we'll have that building block. So whenever the sun transit into Aquarius will have that status what we was building in Capricorn season. We'll have that, and we'll be able to associate that. We'll have that to stand on. We'll have something to stand on that we can achieve. Like, this is kind of like we already built down that energy. If you go check out the Star Talk, we already got into deep with that energy. Shout out solar systems. Shout out the Almond Journey. We went deep into this Capricorn energy already. But yeah, this is things that we're gonna have to transform our actions and our viewpoints, and we're also gonna have to transform Mercury. And what is Mercury? The planet slash body of water of how we think, how we intellectualize, how we communicate, how we articulate, how we problem solve. So this is that Mercury energy. Mercury is real fast. So this is how we think, how we analyze, how we intellectualize, how we communicate, and how we rationalize, and how we logicalize, if that's even a word. But yeah, we're gonna have to learn how to transform our thoughts and take more power and control over our thoughts. And we're gonna have to be more structured. The things that we're gonna be thinking and communicating is gonna be cardinal earth-like things, creating an initiative, cardinal earth-like things like stability, things like security, things like shelter, things like safety, things that we can build, things that we can create to become new, things that's gonna support our position and our status, money. So these are the things that's going to be on our mind during this period of time. Money, what makes sense, our business. We're not going to really be communicating things that doesn't really align with our business and our status and how we gain security. We're not going to be really like trying to communicate these things, because that's not where Mercury is at the moment. And we also got Venus there. So these are going to be the things that we're going to be loving, appreciating and valuing. That's how we're going to be expressing and receive love through the material and the maternal world. So we're going to be expressing and receive love, like what makes us feel secure. What are we building? What we got structure? What we got the things that we're building, the things that we got structured, the things that we're working on, the things that we can stand on that can become sturdy. Our status, our reputation, our position. These are the things that we're going to be loving, appreciation, and valuing at the moment. So this can kind of be like kind of hard on Venus, because Venus likes to connect, Venus likes to nurture, Venus likes to feel. But this kind of be kind of good if you're like trying to like. This is like good when you connect into like material things, where you're nurturing, because we're going to be nurturing our status. We're going to be nurturing what we're trying to build. We're going to be nurturing what we're trying to structure, what we're trying to organize. Those are the things that, this is how the energy of Venus is going to be expressed during this period of time, with Venus being in Capricorn. And we're going to have to learn how to we're going to have this power. We're going to be put in a circumstance and situation where we're going to be forced to transform these things and take power and control over these things, because we also got Pluto here. And we know Pluto brings transformation, and we know Pluto brings death. That's why they always correlate Pluto to death, Pluto to Osiris, death, because Pluto brings transformation. Pluto brings power, control, and struggle. So you want to be the one transforming these things and make sure that you're not being transformed by these things. So yeah. But yeah, that's the energy for today. This is astrological observation. It's Eli 360. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Peace. I love all y'all, and make sure y'all drop y'all sun, moon, and ascendant down below in the comments. But yeah, and make sure y'all stay tuned for Star Talk. We be going live like every 2 weeks. Me and people of the subconscious community. And shout out Solar Systems, Endless Abilities, MC333, the Almond Journey, Just Be Free, all the people who's helped making it possible, and all the people who's out there who just want to be a part of it, who wants to be like, and it's Aquarian energy, you want to be a part of something, want to be associated with us, that's in the spiritual community, or the subconscious community, and the soul group. Because yeah, it's Eli 360. Peace.